ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for gathering here today. I want to address something that we've all experienced, the feeling of being ignored. It can sting, leaving us questioning our worth and wondering what went wrong. But I'm here to tell you that this moment doesn't have to define you. Instead, it can become an opportunity for growth and understanding. First, let's take a moment to acknowledge your feelings. Feeling ignored can hurt deeply. Whether it's a friend, family member, or colleague, when someone doesn't reciprocate our energy, it can lead to feelings of rejection. It's essential to recognize that these emotions are valid. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. It's part of being human. By embracing your emotions, you pave the way for healing and self-discovery. Next, I encourage you to choose self-compassion. When someone turns away, it's easy to slip into self-doubt, questioning your value and wondering if you did something wrong. But remember, being ignored does not diminish your worth. Treat yourself with the kindness you would offer a dear friend. Speak to yourself with love and remind yourself of your incredible qualities. You are enough just as you are. Fill your heart with self-acceptance and know that you are deserving of love and attention. Now let's talk about the importance of seeking clarity, not closure. Instead of dwelling on the silence, consider reaching out. Open your heart and express how you feel. Approach the situation with honesty and vulnerability. Often what we perceive as indifference might be a misunderstanding or a moment of distraction in someone else's life. Engaging in open dialogue can bridge the gap and lead to deeper connections. It takes courage, but it can also pave the way to understanding and reconciliation. Finally, let's remember to redirect your energy. Instead of fixating on the feelings of being ignored, channel that energy into activities that uplift you. Surround yourself with those who appreciate you, engage in your passions, and invest in your growth. The world is brimming with opportunities for connection and joy if you are willing to seek them out. Your time is precious. Spend it on what brings you happiness. So, the next time you find yourself feeling overlooked, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Acknowledge your feelings, choose self-compassion, seek clarity through communication, and redirect your energy toward what brings you joy. You have the power to turn this moment into a catalyst for personal growth and deeper connections. Feeling ignored can strike at the very core of our self-esteem and emotional well-being. It's a universal experience that can leave us feeling isolated, rejected, or unworthy. When we find ourselves in these moments, it's crucial to take a step back and acknowledge our feelings instead of pushing them aside or pretending they don't exist. This acknowledgement is not just a passive act, it's an empowering decision to honor our emotional landscape. Recognizing our emotions allows us to validate our experiences. When someone ignores us, it can trigger a whirlwind of thoughts and feelings: hurt, anger, confusion, and even sadness. Each of these emotions is a natural response to feeling overlooked. By acknowledging what we feel, we give ourselves permission to experience those emotions fully. It's okay to feel hurt when someone doesn't respond the way we hope or expect. Accepting these feelings as part of the human experience can provide a sense of relief, allowing us to process our emotions in a healthy way. This practice of acknowledgement can lead us to deeper insights about ourselves. Why does being ignored affect us so profoundly? Often it reveals our innate desire for connection, affirmation, and love. It shows us how much we value our relationships and the people in our lives. By taking the time to explore our feelings, we can understand the underlying fears or insecurities that may surface during these moments of indifference. This awareness becomes a powerful tool for self-growth, enabling us to confront the beliefs we hold about ourselves and our worth. Moreover, acknowledging our feelings is the first step toward healing. It opens the door to self-compassion and self-care. When we recognize that we're hurting, we can take proactive steps to nurture ourselves. This might mean reaching out to a supportive friend, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in activities that bring us joy. By embracing our emotions rather than suppressing them, we create a path to emotional resilience. We learn that while we may face moments of being ignored, we are capable of bouncing back, fortified by the love and respect we cultivate for ourselves. In essence, acknowledging our feelings is not merely about recognizing pain, it's about reclaiming our power. It transforms our experiences from feelings of helplessness into opportunities for growth and understanding. So the next time you feel ignored, take a moment to pause and reflect. Embrace your emotions, allow yourself to feel, and honor the journey of self-discovery that follows. In doing so, you empower yourself to move forward with grace and strength, no longer defined by the silence around you. When faced with the pain of being ignored, the instinctual reaction may often lean towards self-criticism or negative self-talk. We might find ourselves spiraling into thoughts that question our worth, leading us to believe we somehow deserve this treatment, or that we've done something wrong to provoke it. In these moments, the practice of self-compassion becomes essential. Choosing self-compassion means embracing kindness towards ourselves in times of difficulty and treating ourselves with the same care we would offer a beloved friend. Self-compassion is not about ignoring our flaws or pretending everything is okay. It's about acknowledging our suffering without judgment. This means allowing ourselves to feel hurt and recognizing that it's a natural human response. Instead of condemning ourselves for feeling bad, we can embrace the reality that everyone experiences moments of rejection and hurt. By normalizing these feelings, we begin to dissolve the isolation that can accompany them. We realize that we are not alone in our struggles. Every person has faced similar experiences. This shared humanity can create a comforting sense of connection, reminding us that it's okay to feel vulnerable. To cultivate self-compassion, we can start by being mindful of our inner dialogue. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself in moments of pain. Would you use the same harsh words if you were comforting a friend? Often we are our own worst critics, and it's crucial to change that narrative. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," we can replace it with, "I'm doing my best, and it's okay to feel hurt." This shift in perspective fosters a nurturing environment within ourselves, allowing for healing rather than self-inflicted suffering. Practicing self-compassion also involves engaging in acts of kindness towards ourselves. This could mean taking time out for self-care, whether that's enjoying a favorite hobby, indulging in a soothing bath, or simply taking a moment to breathe and relax. It's about prioritizing your well-being and recognizing that you deserve love and care, especially when you're feeling low. Engaging in these acts reinforces the idea that you are worthy of kindness, both from others and from yourself. Moreover, self-compassion helps us build resilience. When we treat ourselves with kindness during challenging times, we strengthen our emotional well-being. This resilience is crucial for navigating the ups and downs of life. It empowers us to rise above feelings of rejection and to maintain a sense of self-worth that is not contingent on the opinions or actions of others. With self-compassion, we learn to separate our value from external validation, recognizing that we are inherently deserving of love and respect. Choosing self-compassion in moments of being ignored transforms our experience from one of suffering into an opportunity for growth. It allows us to embrace our imperfections and vulnerabilities while cultivating a sense of inner strength and worthiness. As we become more compassionate towards ourselves, we find that the sting of being ignored becomes less debilitating. Instead, it becomes a moment to reflect on our own needs and to reaffirm our commitment to self-love. In essence, practicing self-compassion in the face of indifference is an act of empowerment. It reminds us that while we may encounter rejection, our worth remains intact. By nurturing ourselves, we open the door to healing and create a stronger foundation for our emotional well-being. In choosing self-compassion, we embrace the journey of self-acceptance, reinforcing the belief that we are worthy of love, both from ourselves and from others. When we experience the unsettling feeling of being ignored, our minds can become a tumultuous sea of confusion and uncertainty. In such moments, we often find ourselves yearning for closure, that definitive answer that can help us make sense of the situation and put our emotions to rest. However, what if we shifted our focus from seeking closure to seeking clarity? This subtle but powerful shift can dramatically change our perspective and the way we engage with others. Seeking clarity begins with the realization that communication is a two-way street. When someone ignores us, it may stem from a variety of reasons that are not necessarily related to us personally. Perhaps they are overwhelmed dealing with their own issues, or simply distracted by life's challenges. Understanding this can help us approach the situation with a more open and inquisitive mindset rather than jumping to conclusions. Instead of assuming the worst, that we are unworthy or unlovable, seeking clarity encourages us to explore the context and circumstances surrounding the other person's behavior. To initiate this process, consider reaching out to the person who has been distant. This is not about demanding answers or seeking validation. Rather, it's an invitation for honest dialogue. Approach the conversation with vulnerability and curiosity. You might say something like, "I felt a bit distant from you lately, and I'd love to understand if there's something going on." By framing it this way, you create a safe space for the other person to share their feelings without feeling cornered or defensive. This openness can lead to insights that might surprise you, revealing misunderstandings or challenges that have little to do with your worth. Moreover, seeking clarity allows us to take control of our narrative. Instead of allowing the silence to dictate our emotions, we actively engage in the conversation, asking questions that help us understand the situation better. This proactive approach shifts the dynamic from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. We become agents of our own understanding, choosing to seek the truth rather than wallowing in speculation. It's also essential to remember that clarity may not come in the form we expect. The answers we receive might challenge our perceptions or lead us to new insights about the relationship. This is part of the journey, embracing the complexities of human interactions. By being open to the possibility that things might not unfold as we wish, we cultivate resilience and adaptability. Instead of clinging to an idealized outcome, we learn to accept whatever truths arise from the conversation, knowing that these insights can lead to growth and deeper connections. Furthermore, seeking clarity emphasizes the importance of emotional intelligence. It encourages us to engage with our feelings in a constructive way. Rather than letting hurt feelings fester in isolation, we learn to articulate our emotions clearly. This process not only helps us understand ourselves better, but also fosters healthier communication patterns in our relationships. By expressing our feelings and asking for clarity, we demonstrate vulnerability and courage, qualities that can deepen our connections with others. Ultimately, seeking clarity rather than closure invites us to transform our experience of being ignored into an opportunity for growth and understanding. It teaches us to value the journey of inquiry over the destination of definitive answers. While closure can provide a sense of finality, clarity enriches our understanding of ourselves and our relationships. It empowers us to engage with the complexities of human interaction with compassion and curiosity. So the next time you find yourself feeling overlooked or ignored, consider this shift in perspective. Embrace the courage to reach out, ask questions, and seek understanding. Allow this process to illuminate the path forward, transforming feelings of confusion into clarity and connection. In doing so, you not only nurture your emotional well-being, but also create the space for deeper, more meaningful relationships built on open communication and mutual understanding. In moments of feeling ignored, it's all too easy to spiral into a cycle of negativity and self-doubt. The emotional weight can feel heavy, pulling us into a space where we fixate on the indifference of others. However, instead of succumbing to this cycle, redirecting our energy can be a powerful antidote. This shift is not merely about distraction, it's about intentionally channeling our feelings into activities that uplift us and reinforce our sense of self-worth. Redirecting our energy begins with awareness. It's about recognizing the moments when we feel consumed by the hurt of being overlooked and deciding to take action. Rather than allowing ourselves to dwell on feelings of rejection, we can consciously choose to engage in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This might mean immersing ourselves in a creative project, pursuing a hobby that excites us, or spending quality time with supportive friends. By filling our time with positive experiences, we create a buffer against the emotional turmoil caused by others' indifference. Moreover, this redirection serves as a form of self-care. Engaging in activities that nurture our passions can be incredibly restorative. It allows us to reconnect with ourselves and rediscover what brings us joy. Perhaps it's painting, writing, dancing, or gardening, whatever it may be. These pursuits become outlets for our emotions. They provide a sense of accomplishment and remind us that we are capable of creating joy in our lives, independent of how others choose to engage with us. Redirecting our energy also involves embracing physical activity. Exercise is a powerful tool for transforming negative emotions into positive energy. When we move our bodies, we release endorphins, which can elevate our mood and reduce feelings of stress. Whether it's going for a brisk walk, hitting the gym, or practicing yoga, physical activity can ground us and provide clarity. It encourages us to focus on our bodies and our health, shifting the narrative from feelings of rejection to a celebration of our strength and vitality. Additionally, redirecting our energy can be an invitation to cultivate new relationships. When we find ourselves feeling neglected, it can be an opportunity to reach out to others who appreciate and value us. Surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up is vital for our emotional health. It can be a friend we haven't connected with in a while, or a community group that aligns with our interests. Investing time in these relationships not only reinforces our sense of belonging, but also enriches our lives with new perspectives and support. Moreover, this redirection can lead to personal growth and self-discovery. By actively choosing to engage in fulfilling activities, we learn more about ourselves and what truly matters to us. It becomes a journey of exploration, uncovering new passions or reigniting old ones. This process of discovery can shift our focus from external validation to intrinsic fulfillment. We begin to understand that our happiness is not contingent on the attention we receive from others, but rather on how we choose to live our lives. In essence, redirecting our energy is an empowering practice that transforms our emotional landscape.